All right, we are here at the Miami Boat Show, and we're hanging out at the Formula booth, about to check out their 430 SSC, which stands for Super Sport Crossover. And this thing is real cool. I'm excited to show it off. There's this one that we're looking at here, and there's actually one behind me that's very similar but outfitted just a bit differently. I'll briefly show that. But we're going to start here at the aft. This one is powered by 1, 2, 3, 4 Mercury 450R outboards, and as you can see, they're done up with the matching engine cowling to match the gel coat on the boat. It's kind of hard to see it as well in person, I mean in the video compared to in person, but it is metallic, it looks really cool, and yeah. But anywho, those four engines on the back there are probably good for pushing this thing at least over 60 miles an hour, probably getting close to 70, and can cruise right at 40. So these things are built for speed, and they certainly do that. There's this cool little bar area, if you will, here on the back that you can just rest your arm on, put your drinks in there. They went the extra mile with these. It's kind of hard to see, but there is a little blue LED accent even on this just fixture on the back of the boat. So I think that's really cool to see Formula doing that. And then coming right down there is just various shore power, water connections, all that good stuff. Got your JL audio subwoofer hanging out behind the door there, and one of the Rockford Fosgate remote head units for the rear. Coming to look under here real quick. Like it says, it does have a Seakeeper. That's not the Seakeeper. That's just a little washdown station, some battery switches, fire extinguisher, all that good stuff hanging out there. And then up here, we're gonna have to step around here a little bit, and hiding behind there is our grill, and it has a little splash shield that flips up and flips back down. So that's cool to see that they put that creatively in that space there. Coming back around this side, this would typically be like, oh, it's an engine hatch. No, it's not. First of all, because it's an outboard, and also they use it cleverly as storage. So got your fenders and some other stuff going on in there. And just you can see there for a second underneath, it was just outfitted with more of the JL audio system. All the cup holders carry that little blue LED light there. I like what Formula does here with these. A lot of times you just get one piece across the back where it pivots forward or backward. Formula went the extra mile. They split it up so you could be facing either direction on either side. So I think that just really makes the space really useful there. While we're standing here at the back, we'll look up. It's retracted right now, but that guy slides out there, and that is a retractable sunshade that comes off the back. We got it in right now. It's just been a little windy on and off throughout the day here in Miami today. And then up underneath, of course, is the sunroof that you can retract as well. And we got one step up off of the swim platform into the cockpit, and then it is the same level all the way through the cockpit up through the bow. Tons of seating here on this 430. But before we step in here, I did mention there was another 430 next to us. That is the 430 ASC. That thing is basically, it's kind of hard to see with the folks there, but there, a little better. It's basically outfitted for fishing, diving, all that kind of fun stuff is what they got going on that thing. So just all sorts of options with these Formulas. But anyways, you guys see more speakers just everywhere here. So you know about to have a good time on this thing. Before we head up to the helm area, we're gonna flip back around here. Underneath of the seats is just, of course, storage and whatnot. And then what you would think would be like engine room access is not engine room access on this. This guy opens up, and while it isn't an engine room, it acts as one. So we're gonna hop on down in here real quick and just show you guys what's going on. So there would be your gen set, and then if we flip around this way, that is where your Seakeeper is hiding. So that's what we got going on down in there. Again, we're gonna hop back out, close this hatch behind me, and head on forward into the galley area and the helm. So So got that locked up. Pretty large and spacious galley up here. I do like that you get all this counter space here because they do have the grill aft back there, so I think that's a great use of the space. This is where TV would mount. I will show you where that hides here momentarily. Those are controls for like the sunshade there. And then down in this compartment, clever use of space, is a pull-out cooler. So that just adds the capacity to keep stuff cool, in addition to this rather large refrigerator they've got up here in the cockpit. And then just in here, drawers, DVD player, all that good stuff hides in there. I've got some really cool AC blowing on my feet, and that feels awesome right now. But let's see, we'll talk about this. I think just another little attention to the detail that Formula does. That guy just slides right in there. It does not just sit out and do whatever it does on like a lot of boats, so I think that's just something cool. I apparently don't know how to use my left hand very well. But anyways, we're gonna flip over to the helm side of things here, and this thing has two absolutely massive Raymarine displays. Like, it's kind of hard to see with the sun, but yeah, I'm not striking here, but you can see at least one of them. Chart plotter, all that good stuff. And on this side, the camera is there. This particular model, it does have the infrared camera option as well on it. Obviously, that's just a standard view right now, but that's one of the many options. Hanging out down here, just controls for our lighting, as well as you can do the sunshade and sunroof from there if you don't want to use the switches right behind me. Got AC coming out of the dash right now. This little guy here, this little switch will toggle the lights. Right now they are blue, so if we toggle that, they turn off. You absolutely cannot see it right now, but there is like a white accent lighting around the footwells and stuff at night that you can have on, and then it would turn on the overhead lights as well. So we'll just toggle back to the blue that we can see and keep this show moving. On this side is going to be obviously controls. Joystick, of course, has the sky hook, so that's awesome. Holds you in place without actually throwing the anchor down if you don't want to. They even gave us a little wireless phone charger holder going on there, so I think that's pretty cool to see that. But we're gonna flip around this way and head on forward into the bow before we go down into the cabin. That's just where our waste basket hides. And then one thing I think is really cool on these, they hide away a blender in that little compartment there. So I think that's something cool that Formula does. And this is just a 110 volt outlet. I mentioned that TV earlier. That is where the TV hides. And then the pole is in there as well for mounting that. And then behind that door there is just some lines. So we're gonna head on up into the bow, greeted by 1, 2, I think there's even a third subwoofer if we get up in there all the way. But very spacious bow seating area. Up hiding under here is going to be a cooler. So got to keep the party going on all portions of the boat, and they accomplish just that there. This, of course, is access to the windlass and the controls if you're not controlling it from the helm. So we'll take a quick look on back the boat here. So yeah, you can see that would be the infrared camera hiding right on top there. Not hiding whatsoever, quite in the open. But anyways, that is a big skylight down into the cabin, which we're heading to next. But real quick, this guy just folds out and gives you some extra cup holder storage up here in the bow seating area. And then I do love the floor in here. It's like kind of like a sea deck, but a little bit more sturdy, if you will. All right, we are gonna head down into the cabin here on this 430 Super Sport, and we're gonna get on down in here and check it out. There's of course, not a V berth. It is in fact more of a U berth here at the front. This table is hydraulically, or electronically rather. They're not using hydraulic fluid, but yeah. with the switch of a button, you can make that guy go up or down. And I'm doing this blind, but there it is. Motorized, puts itself down to put your filler cushions in and turn that into the sleeping area. And then it would come right back up just like that. And then right above us here was that skylight area. If you want to, close it up like that, leave it open halfway, leave it open all the way, so you can do anything there really. Over here in this little galley area, I like this. Another little detail they put is a spot just for this little Keurig maker that you would pull out there. So just cool little stuff like that. Microwave. And then another little thing, just the extra mile that Formula does, you get your glassware set, and then also you get bottle koozies custom done up with Formula. So I think that's just cool. Very cool. And then of course TV with a Bose soundbar across the bottom. And then this is going to be our top that I cannot, again, use my left hand very well. There. But yeah, that slides in there, and just like the the counter up on top in the galley, reveals a hot plate on that side. Still struggling to use my left hand today, but we're going to get through this. We got through it. And then there we go. Practice makes perfect, I guess. That would be our sink on that side of the galley down here. So, look at that. Practice does make perfect. And then down here is going to be just a waste basket. It's pretty cool. Kind of hard to see with the door open, but there is a little accent light that comes on in there when that is opened up. And then these is just standard drawers on that side. So, heading into the head, greeted by some awesome blue lights. It is a wet head. We're not on a massive yacht, so they can't give us everything on here. These are going to be just your medicine cabinets above there. And then, of course, toilet hides under there. And then have a shower head that is actually not on there right now. But yeah, no, there should be a shower head on there. This guy's adjustable here, so that's pretty cool. If we flip around here, you get a better idea on the height in here. I am 6'1", and I still got a couple inches above my head to spare, so I think that works out great. You got windows all along there, I forgot to mention that. And then behind this guy is just going to be the switch panel. Behind this, of course, is just a pull-out ice maker freezer combo. And then there's just some storage both there and down below there. And the last stop for our trip through the cabin, as my camera freaks out, is just going to be the mid-berth there. About the size, full-size bed, maybe a queen, hiding back there. TV again with the Bose soundbar. So, carrying that quality component throughout the boat. That's what we like to see. And we're gonna head back up on top and find a home to wrap up our walkthrough video here. So, we're gonna head up into the bow. Some folks in the cockpit, so we will stay out of their way. And then I guess I'm gonna blind myself and use this Beneteau Grand Trawler behind me as my backdrop. So that was Formula's 430 Super Sport crossover here at the Miami Boat Show, and I think it's an all-around great boat. A lot of people are like, why do people spend so much money on a Formula? They just make a really high quality boat, honestly, and just the attention to detail and the extra mile they go on things that you can see here is all part of that. So if there's anything more you want to know about this boat, I will have contact information down below in the description, as well as a link to the webpage for this boat. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.